This is what's been happening all day. Almost all day. Sometimes a family of 5 and a cat just gets stuck inside for no reason. It's nice out. It's sunny. Has a little breeze. But we just decided to go nowhere today, which is fine. It's a work day. I had meetings and work and all that. But what about these people? They didn't go anywhere either. Trader Joe's makes like 3 or 4 different kinds of like pre-made curry sauces in a bottle like this. We've had this one for probably like a year or so. We moved this from the Airstream when we moved into the truck camper. But still good. I don't know what the expiration is, but yeah, obviously we're not gonna find this down here. If you want to make curry, you gotta make it your own. Somehow find the herbs and spices, which I don't know how. But because we have that, we were able to make this, which has meat, potatoes, red bell pepper, zucchini, onion, and I think that's it. And cook up a big pot of rice. Something different than the usual taco night here in Mexico. We're just walking to the store around the corner to get some more water and a treat. These guys, do you see them? They're right there. They like to stand on the roof and bark at us. One day they're just gonna jump off, fall all the way to the ground. This guy's nice, right? He's a nice dog. Hi, doggy. And look at the way this truck is parked. That's a little steep, huh? So Marlene and Luca didn't come because Luca was crying about not being able to carry the empty water jug. You know, he's at that age where he's just like loses control of himself emotionally. So I don't know if any of you can tell, my voice has kind of gotten a little raspy in the last few videos. I've had this cough lingering for quite a while now. Definitely at least 3 weeks. It started when we crossed over to the mainland on the ferry. I think the irritation from the fumes on the ferry, diesel exhaust overnight, just really irritated it. It may have been slowly coming on anyways, but every time I cough, it aggravates whatever the tissue is in there that's raw. So even when talking becomes difficult. So I'm having to edit out like a lot of the coughing when I'm talking on the vlog, but I think I'm making it work. So today we didn't really do much. I took a nap actually at lunch, and I missed saying bye to our friends. We had some friends that camped right here last night. 2 ladies, Sunny and Karen. We met them on a beach where we were camping in Bahia de Concepcion. They're originally from Nashville, Tennessee, and they're slowly making their way down to Argentina. And this is like the first trip of this kind they've ever done. I didn't know exactly when they were leaving today. I wanted to get them on the vlog, but after my nap and I woke up, they were gone. So hopefully before we leave Guanajuato, we'll see them again. Some people have wondered about the water situation here in Mexico. And it is true that you're not supposed to drink the tap water for the most part. I think some of the bigger, more developed cities have a pretty good municipal water system where people have been drinking the water and it's been fine, like Guadalajara, for example. But for the most part, you don't want to drink the water. You don't want to use it to brush your teeth. You don't want to accidentally let some go in your mouth while you're taking a shower. You don't want to use it to wash your food. You can use it to boil water to cook things like pasta, for example, because whatever is in the water is sanitized when you boil it. But for us, we have a 20-gallon tank in this camper. And what we've been doing ever since day one is buying purified water and then filling it into our tank. So what we've been doing, we just have a typical like RV fill, but it's kind of high. It's probably like 6.5 foot, 7 feet up in the air. In the US, we would just put regular tap water in there, no problem, and we use it for everything. In Mexico, we have to buy water. They come in jugs. They come in jugs like, either jugs like this. This is a 10-liter water bottle. You can buy this from the store. or you can buy smaller ones, but I prefer to have something that size, 10 liter, because the nice thing about that size is that I can sort of relatively easy for me to lift it up and then pour it in while Marlene holds a funnel. The easiest way to get water is to get like these 5-gallon jugs, kind of like the ones that you buy in the US too from like Sparklets or whatever, like bulk water source. The problem with those, to buy those, is that they're so heavy when they're full and I can't lift it up over my head. For the most part, you can buy those jugs of water from like little stores, which is what we have just around the corner. It's a little bit of a walk. It's actually really close, but it's uphill on the way back. So if you have one of those jugs, you can take the empty one, you can trade them. So you don't have to buy a new one. I didn't have an empty one to start with, so I had to buy that one. And here is actually kind of surprisingly expensive. That thing cost me 30 pesos to put the deposit down for the jug, and it was 30 pesos for the water, which, to give you some perspective, we filled in Baja 5 gallons worth of water for as little as like 10 pesos. Maybe that's not expensive by US standards, but expensive by Mexican standards. We are kind of in a hillside neighborhood, and it's kind of hard to get down to buy water. So really they can charge whatever they want, you know. And they're paying for somebody to drive up and deliver it to them every day so that we can have it. And it's kind of nice for us because otherwise we wouldn't really be able to stay here for as long as we have. We're going on about day 4. In pretty much all the towns, there are places called agua purificadas, which is water purification places. So they just have like this reverse osmosis system in the place, and they have it plumbed to a window. And you take whatever jugs you have and you stick it in the window, and then they'll just fill it. And they charge by 5 gallons also. So it's easier if you have a 5-gallon jug for them to fill. Or they'll just fill whatever you have. So what we've been doing is we've been taking like 4 of these, which is 2.5 gallons, and then fill up 4 of these at a time. And then with each one of them, we manually fill into our little water fill. That's been working out pretty good, but it is a 2-person job. When we're lucky, sometimes at these agua purificada places, I can ask them if they have a hose. And if they have a hose, they'll just connect the hose to their little fill spigot, and I'll just be able to run it outside and pull the truck right next to it. They don't actually like to do that too much, just because they don't really have a way of measuring how much water they're giving you, so they don't know how to charge you. A lot of the times what will happen is they'll ask you how big the tank is. I tell them it's 20 gallons. But really, it's not empty. It's only half empty or half full. But they'll have to charge you for the full 20 gallons, which is not great, you know, because then you're paying essentially twice for the convenience of having a hose. And I don't really mind it too much having to fill it myself using a funnel in a 2.5-gallon jug. So that's what we've been doing. It's been working out good. Well, we're going on like almost 4 months. And that's how we've been filling our water. The water that comes out of our faucet inside is always purified drinking water. So we don't have to accidentally use it to brush our teeth, knowing that it's, you know, unsanitized, non-potable water. For those of you that are wondering how we deal with the water situation, this is how, and it's been working out pretty good. When we were in Sayulita for the last couple of weeks, there was a water delivery guy that came every other day. So that was really convenient. One of the reasons why we stayed there for so long, just everything came so easily there. We could walk really close to places. The water guy came right to us, even easier than here. Here I just have to walk maybe, 300 yards. But I do have to carry the water back. Today's Thursday, and we've been talking about maybe leaving at the end of this week and head on to the next spot. So we'll see what happens. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one.